My Teenage Wedding is a Canadian reality television series broadcast on Slice. Viewers follow producers behind the scenes of Canada's teen weddings, following teenage couples as they leap headfirst into a very adult world of matrimony. When the big day approaches, the teen brides and grooms to be soon come.
This is United A-Holes, a video cast discussing cultural topics with no filter.
Welcome back to Area 41, Ciniflex Productions' favorite spot on the internet.
Cinnabon.
Yeah. This is the company that makes My Teenage Wedding.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck. You know more about the show than I do.
You tell me something, I gotta do my homework.
Has anyone seen My Teenage Wedding? Has anyone watched any clips or anything?
I Googled it to see what it was. That was it. And I read enough of it to go, yeah, that's all I need.
It's a great show, first of all. I've watched each episode 2 or 3 times.
How many episodes are there?
16-ish that I was able to kind of locate.
Oh, okay.
You've watched them 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It's not like you just casually caught it as going by. You actually sat down and invested.
I've watched full episodes.
He's a dive-in
and
kind
numerous
of guy.
times per.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow,
Casey,
that's dedication.
Casey
Did you come across the show by accident, punching in something? In
I was in YouTube and I was like, what am I in the mood for? And I was thinking, I really like marriage, but my autofill is telling me teens. I don't masturbate. So yeah, okay. So I've been watching My Teenage Wedding. I've been taking a lot of notes. I've got 4 or 5 pages of notes here, so that we've got a lot to get through, fellas.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 4-hour episode.
Yeah,
it's a 4-hour.
I want to understand what the infatuation is for this man.
It's
this episode is. He thinks this episode's about the show. The episode is actually about why he's into it, and that's what we're going to get into.
You will. You'll be into
So
it.
we're going to Sigmund Freud him.
They keep making fun of it, and it's not funny, and they're trying to jabber in jokes and stuff, and I can't do that. So
1 minute, 52 seconds.
The show is about. It's mostly a Canadian show, and they find teens that are going to get married. So they're 17 to 21, I think was the oldest I've seen. So
21 isn't teen. I'm sorry.
No, he's okay, but that episode, Daniel is 21. I have a page on Daniel here. Okay, so first of all, Catherine is 19 and Daniel is 21.
Okay.
So Catherine is in grade 11. They have a kid together. They met when they were 15 and 18, and it was love at first sight. They said he was flirting with me right away. 15 and 18. So Daniel is...
I'm doing the math. I'm trying to remember when I was 18. That would have meant I went to the junior high to pick up. Which is like
still a
shooting
felony.
Fish in a barrel, right? Isn't that what?
It is, yeah.
You're not supposed to be in grade 11 at 19, though, right?
Well, he was 18 and she was 50 when they met.
No, I get the feeling that Catherine isn't stupid, but she has a baby now, and maybe she hasn't applied herself.
She struggles in the tests.
She's in 11th grade. She's not a good tester.
Okay.
Pregnancy brain.
Her parents aren't supporting her, Brent.
Catherine is very sweet.
No, pregnancy brain is
sex. Hopefully.
Carry on.
Okay, so Daniel
buzzed by the time master over here.
Daniel, I'm not paying attention to the time.
I am.
Daniel is talking about wanting to provide for his daughter, his baby daughter, what he didn't have when he was a child. So
I won't lie, I kind of phased out a little bit here. I don't know if you noticed, but the fucking cat's playing with the bells. How are we supposed to record a goddamn episode when all you hear is doodling, doodling? Ken, take care of your fucking cats.
He says, and I wrote this down, quote, if she wants to play video games, I want her to have all the latest video game systems. I'm gonna want all the latest video game systems too. So
Children having children.
he wants video game systems, but he's like, no, I want my daughter to have what I didn't have.
That's
as a
brilliant.
kid.
He wants
He
video game
is-
systems,
he
and he
is
has
brilliant,
a child
right?
in order to
He
get the video
is
game
brilliant.
systems to say they're for her because he didn't have that when he was growing up.
The
He's
entire-
a genius.
The entire episode.
Farmers have been doing that for years. Having kids to work their fields.
Yeah.
It's just reapplied.
They just
That's
murder
right.
them when they're done with them too. out in the
I
country.
wanted kids so I can destroy them in Donkey Kong.
So okay, so I bet
Wow. Oh, how old are you, man? Like Donkey Kong, really?
It's not a versus game, but you know.
Just let him go. I want him to live in a world where Donkey Kong is a versus game and is still current. That's what I want. That's what I want for Ken. I want him to believe that.
Player 1, player 2, go for the high score.
Oh, high score.
anyway. Like,
Sorry, Josh.
that's okay. We'll do
4 minutes and 47 seconds.
So this episode was like super hard. I tried so hard to get everyone on path to what we were talking about. I mean, Brent was calling it the fucking time, like it was some big fucking deal that we have a timer running in the fucking background. I don't even understand what his fucking problem is with clocks. Like, it's like he's allergic to them or some fucking thing. Yeah, he wears a watch sometimes, has a fucking Fitbit on, but yet when we put a timer on a screen to talk about, oh no, we got to keep the episode within a certain time frame so we don't overrun the YouTube algorithm. It's a big fucking deal.
So here's another quote from Daniel. My life is pretty much just playing video games and taking care of the baby. More so playing video games because the baby's away at daycare all day. Laughs. And that's just after Catherine takes the baby to daycare before school. Okay, so anyway, here's some other. First of all, it's a sad show.
It sounds not good.
It's a lot of
Natty
people
Day-Holes, or-
in kind of lower income situations, and my biggest takeaway is they want people to take them seriously. And so they have this person that they've latched themselves onto in their life that, you know, they love, and I believe that they truly love them. So in order for people to take them seriously as I'm my own person, I'm making my way, they decide to get married. And the parents don't like it in like most of the episodes. Like there's one where the father of the bride cries every scene he's in.
So here I am trying to make this thing funny, going with the flow. No, just go with it. It's cool. Great. I got this great idea. I'm going to randomly yell the timeout. That'll be funny. Apparently, it wasn't funny. I don't know. I'm trying. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying. And why does everybody have to bring up my Fitbit and never my luscious beard?
Not happy cry.
Not happy cry. Oh, speaking of, there's another episode. The bride. Let's see here. What was it? I have a direct quote that I wanted to. It's like, oh yeah. Okay, so this is the groom's mother after the wedding talking to the camera, which is another thing I want to bring up. She says, after the wedding, I did not cry. I thought, think happy thoughts. So it was good. This is the type of shit that is in these episodes. Like real, honest human drama that's being
emotion.
like filmed. And that's another thing. They all know they're being filmed.
Yeah, so it's not real.
Some stuff is real.
The minute you start to observe something, it changes what it was.
Well,
Okay, so I'm going to throw this at you. I know this is taken away from the episode, but is this not real?
No, but we set out to do this on purpose.
Seems pretty unreal to me.
We're not filming us making supper. If we did, it would change us making supper.
True.
There you go.
Turn
Carry
out
on.
a day-holes
I would do things differently.
I
on camera
would
than
call
others.
the timeout again, but there was a glance exchange between the two ends, and I don't think they like it.
I'm just trying to make this goddamn thing go efficiently. The clock is there for a reason. Hurry up with this stupid episode.
a lot of the couples met at youth group. I don't know why, but like almost every episode they met at some kind of church event or youth group. And like that is something that keeps popping up. So like, and marriage is like a big deal and weddings are a big deal, you know, in that group. So that's, you know,
Yeah,
another
Christianity tends to push, I shouldn't say Christianity, religion in general tends to push a lot of marriage early.
That's where most wedding culture comes from, is the religion,
Absolutely.
not really the location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they like to stick to those traditional wedding things. And so the best, like they have the bachelor party, and a couple of them, the idea of strippers come up. And so there's one where Daniel's best man gets a realistically awkward lap dance. So Daniel is the groom, and he's sitting there along with his best man, whatever his name is. Daniel has no interest in the stripper. He's just kind of sitting there, like not watching. And then his friend is getting this lap dance, but his friend is watching Daniel.
Maybe they should be getting married.
I don't know. And like, there's lots of drama with like maids of honor. Like every,
Because they're kids.
I know that's the thing. None of them are ready to get married.
At all. No.
No.
But everybody loves a good train wreck. Choo choo.
And there's one part of like, there's one thing where I thought was kind of like accidentally self-aware. One of the bride is talking to the groomed brother's girlfriend. They get engaged the day before the wedding. And she's mad at them. And she tells her, she's 18 and getting married. She tells her, "You're only 16. At 16, I wasn't even thinking about marriage." She's 18. So she's like, because she's heard other people say that. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing. Engaged teens always get the same question, so they're always super prepared. Like where it's like, "Are you sure you're young? You're really young." They all immediately know what they hit their bullet points. They're like great politicians. Like whenever someone asks the question, like they've talked through it so much.
So
is any of this
when they ask
is any of this interesting to you guys?
I'm enjoying it. I'm amazed that you spent that much time going through the show. It's awesome.
It's the train wreck. That's the thing. That's the draw to this.
Okay, can I hijack your episode for a minute?
Hijack.
Have any of us done something where we've deep dived something like that way? It doesn't have to be a reality TV show, but you deep dived a TV show that wasn't popular only because you were so amazed or infatuated with it.
Off the top of my head, I can't think. I'll probably think of something. I'll haldenate this a little later on, but
Pollen.
next.
I can confidently say I've never wrote 4 pages of notes on any show I've watched.
Fair. Kendall?
Not a TV show. But when I first started playing WoW, I deep dived.
Okay. I would say it wasn't necessarily a TV show for me, but I've gone down the rabbit hole of finding something so weird and intriguing, like a forum post from years ago by somebody that ends up creating this entire dramatic, long.
And you want to finish the whole thing.
And I want to understand, like, how did they get there, and how did we get to this point, and how did that happen? And, and you chase it all the way through, and you spend there's been certain things I spent weeks trying to work through.
Well, sometimes it's like a puzzle.
And then he turns them into episodes.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
But one of my favorite ones, I mean, it ended up becoming an internet phenomenon, was the Recorder Man on Pro Sound Web was another one.
Oh, yes.
It's
Okay.
about a famous producer who was recording a band and basically blogged, before blogs were a thing, the nightmare that he was going through with his band. And he just started posting not anonymously. He had a username. It was called Recorder Man, but no one knew who it was. And he just would post, but he would change all the names to protect the innocent, so to speak.
Okay.
So like the drummer was called, Puffy, and the singer was, Screechy Bitch and whatever. And he just kept writing, but it was like 6 months long of just posts. And at first no one paid attention, but then after 3 months of seeing the same name pop up with a post about in the studio day number 48 or whatever, everyone was like, what the hell is going on? And then you go back and you start reading, and I got into it early enough that it was like as it was being posted. Every day I'd go to work and like log in at F5, like F5.
On your lunch break.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Different job, but yeah, that job I didn't care so much. But anyhow, I read the whole thing as it unfolded brilliantly because it garnered all this attention and started to be gossiped about. He wrote a book later.
Well,
and released it.
Did anyone ever find out who the band was, or
no?
Okay.
There's a lot of assumptions about who it was.
Okay.
But we now know who he was anyway. But,
okay.
But there's some infamous moments in that one. So is it the uncomfortable nature of the on-camera?
Yeah, there's a lot to it. There are moments of that where it's very uncomfortable and awkward to watch, like the way Nathan For You sometimes was. But it's also like a peek into like real people's worlds because yes, they know they're being filmed and so they are acting differently, but you can see through that. Like you can tell they're acting differently and you can kind of peek past the curtain a little bit and see like the inner workings of these people's lives. And it's just fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and I don't know, none of them should be getting married. A few of them had their own place to live that they were paying for. Anyway, I don't know.
It's crazy. Okay, so I'll ask this question. What's the youngest, if you believe in marriage at all, what's the youngest someone should get married at? Right?
I don't think it should be based on age. I do believe in the maturity level of the person being able to make decisions for themselves.
Do you think there should be a test to take?
No, I don't. I mean, they can get married whether they have my approval or not. But if you're asking my opinion, there's an independence that needs to be there for the person to know themselves before they're ready to get married to somebody else. And I don't think enough people put enough emphasis on knowing themselves without their significant other. And that's why relationships fail, because they learn about themselves in the relationship and it's not where they want to be.
Yeah.
You got an age? After watching the show, I'm sure you do have at least a low bar that you would...
Like, I don't have an age, no. I do have a bit of a... Whenever I hear of someone getting married really young, and my body does kind of tense up a bit. Like, I'm just now kind of reaching the point in my life at 26 years old where I'm like, okay, within the next few years, if I was married, like, that's not terrifying. You know what I mean? Like, and so I would say, like, if someone came to me and asked me, like, just in your opinion, I would say 25, because it seems like everyone at 25 hits a maturity point. I've noticed with a lot of people where at 25 they start to, like, that's when they kind of are really learning, or like have already learned a lot of stuff. I don't know.
Brad?
I don't have an age, because every single case is its own entity. So to slap an age on it, which has to be done from the point of view of society. We have to have an age or it gets fucking ridiculous, because people don't make smart decisions, like Ryan said. To summarize what Ryan said, as RuPaul said, if you haven't figured out how to love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else?
Slay, Brent. Slay.
Who are you, Kendall?
How about me?
Then Ken turns around and pans to me like, oh, what about me? Every fucking time. Like, what's with that shit? I wish he would just fucking answer the goddamn question.
This is United A-Holes, a video podcast discussing cultural topics without a filter. And now we have t-shirts.
Do you have an opinion on age for marriage?
Not really.
Me neither.
Of course not.
This is a good episode. Well, another one in the can, boys. They're making a mockery of my words.
Josh, what was that?
They're making a mockery. Are you filming?